There is a big news already flying in the air, as there's a continuous progress in what we call interstate relationship, a relationship that must be settled in accordance, grading from one position to another. As time goes on, people are now finding out that what we have been chasing has been held down by those who claim that they know better than us. But what they seriously do not know is that the gateway of restoration, the gateway that passes towards the most important part, is being prolonged. Now on your screen, you're going to see that the US to back Biafran declaration in coming months. Ekpa, Biafran in exile claims. We must understand one thing, that when fighting your enemies, you must be brilliant, very much brilliant in the things you chase, and the things that has to do with toolingship. And that's what will make sense in the coming months, because there's no definition here. You see, for so long I've been saying it on this channel, and some people claim that we are peddling propagandas. But just like we say things not because we want you to be happy. We say it because that's the information on ground as we speak. And once there's an information on ground, everybody carries on. The truth must be spoken. It doesn't matter who gets hurt. When the truth is finally spoken, everybody's happy and things are moving fine. So why should I, in any little way, hold myself back, knowing fully well that the only waffle draw is a message that glorifies the biggest situation? That's the big room. Everything must be calculated, everything must be done in accordance, and everything must be well appreciated. If possible, taken to that very point of redemption. And that's where we would get ourselves together. The US supporting the Biafran freedom is a good way and a good beginning. And that's why claiming the most important leadership, we must understand that the gateway to passing out this whole message is not forgotten. And one must say, victories must be labeled. The Russian department has bring into notice, very big notice, and signed a proper agreement with the Biafran forces. And I must tell you, in case you're not paying attention, that this is no longer the point of dealing with things that shouldn't be dealt with. Now listen very, very attentively. For so long we have been trying to reach out this deal that has to do with the Biafran people, the Biafran struggle, and whatever the case may be, and getting along into the necessary being. And by so doing, we can, for instance, look at ourselves into conservation, and much conservative will be taken so properly well that mountains may move and people will get to see the light that we share across. This is one thing that I have refused to say for long. If we do not help ourselves at this long run, we may end up, beating ourselves so hard. Now, what is the agreement? The agreement is let the Biafran people go and everything will be measured the way it should. But Jesus said over the dead body. But what is more of important is this. As long as we continue to look at our enemies in the eyes and tell them the actual truth they need to know, we have not offended anybody. And that's their weakness. They know they cannot be little Biafrans. They know in their heart that it's difficult for them to be little Biafrans. And that's where the gospel begins. That's where all this gospel begins to invade. And until we learn the actual sense of becoming, we can never learn the actual sense of rejecting. Biafrans must reject whatever that has been given to them as a nation. So, of course, you know that there was a time that the Russian department came up with a kind of figure of speech that, if possible, would have assisted in liberating Biafra and the Biafran people. But of course, the Americans and the Europeans are fighting so hard to make a whole mess out of this. But we are not giving up. A nation will always continue to fight till redemption is achieved. And when it is finally achieved, we must, at the same time, look at ourselves in the picture and tell ourselves this very truth. We are the light of the world, and the world cannot succeed without us. Unless we learn this very step, then there's nothing to learn again. Biafrans must be allowed to win, must be intentionally allowed to win. And if victory is not given, then victory must be taken. There's no two ways about it. No two ways about it. The most important message has gotten to those who have ears. For the days of becoming has now become the days of understanding. Until we have these ears to help ourselves listen properly to the tones of what it is, everybody will understand the message. Biafra or nothing.